Hi there, jumping in with a quick video here before the holiday weekend to go over some new information on one of next year's books, Ivypool's Heart. In my last video, I discussed everything we know about all of the upcoming books we're aware of. One of them is the 2024 Super Edition, Ivypool's Heart, which the story team has revealed will take place during A Starless Clan number 6, and then it sets the stage for the following year's Super Edition. So first I'll go over a little bit of information I actually missed last time, and then I'll go over the newly released blurb. So as Borsuk pointed out in the comments of the last video, I actually did miss a little bit of information. Apparently I never finished reading the 20-year article, since that was at the end of it. While discussing the writing process of the books, they mentioned that it's especially exciting when one story sparks an idea for a new one. The part we're interested in here is this. As an example, earlier this year, the team worked on a storyline for our 17th Super Edition, which takes place in the present day. It involves a group of cats being tasked by StarClan with a very important quest. In exploring the reasons for this quest, and why it held such significance to the present-day cats, we began fleshing out a backstory that will form the basis of our 18th Super Edition, which we are very eager to begin plotting next year. So that confirmed my guess that it'll be a journeying quest away from the events of the main series. Anyway, a blurb has now appeared on online stores, and they shared it on warriorcats.com as well. This contains spoilers for Series 7, The Broken Code, and Series 8, A Starless Clan, including the most recent release, which is Book 4, Thunder. So if you don't want to hear those, now's the time to end the video. Okay, so here it is. It's been many moons since Ivypool lost her daughter, Bristlefrost, to the Dark Forest, yet Ivypool can't bear to move on. Even being named Deputy of ThunderClan feels meaningless in her grief. When Whistlepaw has a disturbing vision, one that could spell disaster for all the clans, a group of cats is selected to go on a quest to investigate. Ivypool is happy to join their mission. Perhaps being away from her daily responsibilities will help her escape the painful memory of Bristlefrost's death. The cats set out on an arduous journey, facing everything from painful hunger to bloodthirsty dogs. But nothing can prepare them for what they find. A disgusting two-legged den that's caging a series of strange animals, including two who may have surprising ties to the clans. In order to complete their quest and right a terrible wrong that goes back generations, the 5 clan cats must help these creatures find their true home. But first, Ivypool must let go of the past and her grief if she is to have any hope of ensuring a future for the clans, and for herself. So yes, it's a journeying book, and it mentions that 5 clan cats are going. It would make sense for it to be 1 cat from each clan. Obviously, Ivypool is one. And since they mentioned Bristlefrost's death, I can imagine that one of the journeying cats might be Rootspring, since he's been dealing with that too. A Starless Clan has shown that he and Ivypool do seem to view each other as mother and son-in-law, and he was chosen for the Catmen quest in the 2nd book of the arc. From Wind Clan, maybe Whistlepaw, since she had the vision? Aside from that, I have no idea, except it's also certainly not our Starless Clan protagonists, since they'll be dealing with whatever's going on in Book 6. Now, one thing I've seen people discussing is the possibility of Bristlefrost returning. While it would be sweet to see her and Rootspring get a happy ending, I feel it would cheapen her sacrifice at the end of the 7th series. The whole point of it being so painful is that she's completely gone. That moment was one that affected and inspired the fandom when we first read it, far more than any other new moments I'd seen from the books in years. So I hope that this Super Edition doesn't undo that. The part that really has everyone talking, however, is the line about strange animals in cages and 2 with surprising ties to the clans. I think it's clearly not just cats because they would have just said so. My first thought was maybe Rock and Midnight because of the ties to the clans bit, but even though they might be strange to clan cats, I don't think there'd be any reason for 2 legs to cage them. Besides, it's unlikely they'd find Rock. So it's probably not them. One theory out there is that maybe the disgusting 2-legged den is that of an exotic animal dealer, and since these animals have ties to the clans, perhaps the 2 are large cats, specifically either a lion, leopard, or tiger, which could be related to why they have legends about those animals in the clans. I don't know how any of that would be a terrible wrong that goes back generations, or how they could help exotic animals find their true home, if that's indeed what they are. But it sounds like they're expanding the world a bit, and maybe that wrong that goes back generations refers to a point in the timeline that we hadn't heard about yet, but we'll learn more about. And that's what I think is one of the things that would appeal to me most: actual new content and lore, and not just a rehash of stuff we already know. Well, that's pretty much my thoughts on it so far. I'll see you next time, and hope everyone has a great holiday.